The alarm blared through the base, jolting Captain James "Aussie" McAllister awake. Red lights flashed, casting an eerie glow on the metallic walls of the barracks. He sprang from his bunk, instincts honed by years of military service kicking in. "All hands to the command center," the voice over the intercom repeated. "Earth is under attack." McAllister's pulse quickened as he hurried down the corridor, joining the stream of soldiers heading towards the command center. His mind raced with possibilities, each more dire than the last. As he entered the bustling room, he saw General Marcus Steele, his mentor and the seasoned leader of the Galactic Federation forces, standing before a holographic display. "Captain McAllister, front and center," General Steele commanded, his voice steady and authoritative. McAllister pushed through the crowd and stood at attention. "Sir, reporting as ordered," McAllister said, his Australian accent a comforting reminder of home amid the chaos. General Steele nodded, his expression grim. "We have received an urgent message from the Galactic Council. The alien king, Xanthian, has declared war on humanity. His fleet is en route to Earth, and their first attack has decimated the colony on Mars." A holographic projection of Xanthian flickered to life. The alien king, a towering figure with gleaming armor and malevolent eyes, stood at the center of the display. "Humans of Earth," his voice boomed, echoing through the command center, "your time has come. Prepare for annihilation." McAllister's jaw tightened. He turned to his squad, who had gathered around him. Each member, seasoned and battle-hardened, wore expressions of steely determination. "All right, team," McAllister said, his voice low but firm. "We have our orders. We need to prepare for immediate deployment. This is a fight for our very survival." As the squad dispersed to gather their gear, McAllister caught General Steele's eye. The older man approached, placing a reassuring hand on his shoulder. "James, I know this is a lot to take in, but I believe in you and your team. Remember, it's not just about brute force. Use your wits, your strategy." "Understood, sir," McAllister replied. "We'll give them a fight they won't forget." In the armory, the atmosphere was charged with a mix of urgency and resolve. McAllister's team, composed of specialists in various fields, worked quickly to equip themselves with advanced weaponry and armor. Corporal Nina Rodriguez, the team's tech expert, handed McAllister a sleek, newly developed plasma rifle. "This baby packs a punch, Cap," she said with a confident grin. "Perfect for taking down those alien bastards." McAllister nodded appreciatively. "Good work, Rodriguez. Everyone, make sure your gear is in top shape. We don't get a second chance." With equipment ready, the team assembled in the briefing room. The holographic map of Xanthian's home planet, Vortex, filled the space. General Steele began outlining the mission. "Our objective is to infiltrate Xanthian's stronghold and disable his power source. Intelligence suggests it's a crystal core that, if destroyed, will cripple his entire operation." Questions filled the room. Sergeant Liam O'Connor, McAllister's second-in-command, voiced the concern on everyone's mind. "Sir, how reliable is this intel? If we go in there and the core isn't what we expect, we could be walking into a death trap." Steele's eyes hardened. "This information comes from a high-ranking defector within Xanthian's ranks. It's the best lead we have. Trust the intel, and trust each other." The gravity of the mission settled over them. McAllister looked at each member of his team, seeing the same determination mirrored in their eyes. "All right, you heard the general. We stick to the plan, stay sharp, and watch each other's backs. We're not just fighting for Earth, we're fighting for every colony, every human out there. Let's get it done." As the team moved towards the hangar, the base's loudspeakers crackled to life with the voice of a reporter detailing the devastation on Mars. Images of the ruined colony flashed on screens, fueling the team's resolve. McAllister clenched his fists, feeling the weight of responsibility. In the hangar, the team boarded the sleek, state-of-the-art assault ship. McAllister took his position at the helm, the hum of the engines a familiar and comforting sound. "Prepare for takeoff," he ordered. The ship lifted off smoothly, and they sped towards the void of space, the vast expanse of stars a stark contrast to the looming threat. As they approached the jump point to Vortex, McAllister's mind was a whirlwind of strategy and anticipation. He knew this mission could turn the tide of the war, but only if they succeeded. The weight of countless lives rested on their shoulders. Entering jump point in 3, 2, 1, the navigator announced. The ship lurched, and the stars around them blurred into streaks of light. The assault ship hummed with the energy of anticipation as it hurtled through the void. Captain James McAllister stood at the helm, his gaze fixed on the holographic map displaying their trajectory towards Vortex. Beside him, Corporal Nina Rodriguez monitored the ship's systems, her fingers dancing across the console. "How's she holding up, Rodriguez?" McAllister asked, his voice steady despite the uncertainty of their mission. "All systems green, Cap," she replied, her eyes never leaving the readouts. "We'll be ready for anything they throw at us." McAllister nodded, turning to the rest of his team. "O'Connor, status report." Sergeant Liam O'Connor, a burly man with a no-nonsense demeanor, checked his equipment before addressing the team. "Weapons are locked and loaded, and everyone's geared up. We're good to go." "Excellent," McAllister said. "Remember, this mission is about precision and strategy. Stick to the plan, and we'll make it out in one piece." The ship's proximity alarm blared, signaling their approach to Vortex's outer defenses. McAllister's heart rate quickened as the planet's silhouette appeared on the view screen, a dark orb bristling with hostile fortifications. "Rodriguez, initiate stealth mode," McAllister ordered. The ship's exterior shimmered as it cloaked itself, blending seamlessly with the surrounding space. As they neared the planet, a patrol of alien fighters appeared, scanning for intruders. McAllister held his breath, knowing one mistake could expose them. The fighters passed by without detection, and the team let out a collective sigh of relief. "First hurdle cleared," McAllister said. "Let's move in." The assault ship descended towards the planet's surface, navigating through a dense field of jagged rock formations and alien structures. McAllister's eyes darted between the navigation display and the landscape, guiding the ship with expert precision. "Landing zone ahead," Rodriguez announced, highlighting a secluded canyon on the map. "Prepare for landing," McAllister commanded. The ship touched down smoothly, its landing gear absorbing the impact. The team quickly disembarked, their boots crunching on the rocky terrain. The air on Vortex was thick and acrid, a stark contrast to the clean, filtered atmosphere of the ship. McAllister led his team through the canyon, their movements silent and coordinated. Every step brought them closer to Xanthian's stronghold, a massive structure looming in the distance. "Eyes sharp, people," O'Connor whispered. "We're in enemy territory now." As they approached the stronghold, McAllister signaled for the team to halt. He crouched behind a boulder, scanning the perimeter through his binoculars. Guards patrolled the entrance, their alien forms moving with an unsettling grace. "Rodriguez, can you hack into their surveillance system?" McAllister asked. "On it," she replied, setting up her portable terminal. Within moments, she accessed the security feed, displaying it on her device. "We've got a window. Now's our chance." "Move out," McAllister ordered. The team advanced, using the shadows to their advantage. They reached the entrance undetected, slipping inside the stronghold. The interior was a labyrinth of corridors and chambers, each filled with alien technology and ominous statues. "Stay close and keep your guard up," McAllister instructed. "We don't know what we're walking into." They navigated the maze-like structure, following the directions provided by Rodriguez's hacked feed. The deeper they went, the more oppressive the atmosphere became. Strange symbols adorned the walls, and the air buzzed with an eerie energy. "This place gives me the creeps," muttered Private Harris, the youngest member of the team. "Focus, Harris," O'Connor snapped. "We're almost there." They reached a massive door guarded by two imposing aliens. McAllister assessed the situation, formulating a plan. "Rodriguez, disable the door's security." O'Connor, take out the guards silently. Rodriguez worked quickly, her fingers flying over the terminal. The door's security system flickered and died, and O'Connor moved in, dispatching the guards with swift, precise strikes. Clear, O'Connor whispered. McAllister motioned for the team to move forward. They entered a vast chamber dominated by a glowing crystal core, its pulsating light casting long shadows. This must be it, McAllister said, approaching the core cautiously. Rodriguez, get a closer look. She examined the core, her face illuminated by its eerie glow. It's definitely the power source. If we destroy this, Xanthian's entire operation goes down. Then let's do it, McAllister said. He placed explosive charges around the core, setting the timer. As they prepared to leave, a deep, resonant voice echoed through the chamber. You dare defile my sanctuary? Xanthian's holographic form appeared, his eyes burning with fury. Time to go, McAllister shouted. The team sprinted towards the exit, the charges ticking down. They burst through the door just as the explosion rocked the stronghold, the shockwave propelling them forward. The team regrouped outside, breathing heavily. Mission accomplished, McAllister said, looking back at the crumbling stronghold. Let's get back to the ship. The assault ship rocketed away from Vortex, its hull shimmering as it re-entered the void of space. Inside, Captain James, Aussie, McAllister and his team breathed a collective sigh of relief, the adrenaline of their recent escape still coursing through their veins. Good work, everyone, McAllister said, his voice steady but tinged with exhaustion. Rodriguez, what's our status? Corporal Nina Rodriguez, her fingers flying over the control panel, scanned the ship's diagnostics. We're clear for now, Cap. Minimal damage to the ship. The stealth mode held up against their scanners. Sergeant Liam O'Connor leaned back in his seat, wiping sweat from his brow. That was too close. If Xanthian's hologram had appeared a second earlier, we'd be toast. Agreed, McAllister replied. But we're not out of the woods yet. We need to analyze the data we gathered and plan our next move. As the team settled in, McAllister activated the ship's secure communications link to General Marcus Steele. The holographic image of Steele flickered to life, his face etched with concern. Captain, report, Steele commanded. We infiltrated Xanthian's stronghold and planted the charges, McAllister began. The core is destroyed, but Xanthian appeared via hologram. He knows we're coming for him. Steele nodded, absorbing the information. This changes things. We need to strike before he can regroup. What's your assessment of Vortex's defenses? Formidable, McAllister replied. But we have allies. We've secured support from other oppressed species. Their knowledge of the terrain and Xanthian's tactics will be invaluable. Good, Steele said. Coordinate with your allies and prepare for the final assault. We don't have much time. Understood, sir, McAllister said, ending the transmission. He turned to his team, their faces reflecting a mix of determination and fatigue. You heard the general. We need to finalize our strategy and strike fast. Private Harris, the youngest and least experienced member of the team, spoke up. Cap, what if Xanthian has more tricks up his sleeve? We barely made it out last time. McAllister's gaze softened as he looked at Harris. We have no choice but to press on. We're fighting for our home, our people. We have to be ready for anything. As they discussed tactics, the ship's sensors detected an incoming transmission. McAllister signaled Rodriguez to patch it through. The image of a reptilian alien, an ally from the planet Draconis, appeared on the screen. Captain McAllister, I am Zathra, leader of the Draconis resistance, the alien said, his voice a low hiss. We've intercepted communications indicating Xanthian is rallying his forces. We must act swiftly. We're ready, McAllister replied. What can you tell us about his movements? Xanthian is consolidating his power at the Central Command on Vortex. He's vulnerable, but heavily guarded, Zathra explained. Our forces will create a diversion, drawing his troops away from the command center. Your team can strike directly. Understood. We'll coordinate our attack, McAllister said. Thank you, Zathra. Together, we can end this. As the transmission ended, McAllister addressed his team. We have our plan. We hit Xanthian hard and fast while our allies create a distraction. O'Connor, get the weapons ready. Rodriguez, prep the ship for another stealth approach. The team sprang into action, their movements precise and efficient. McAllister couldn't help but feel a sense of pride in their dedication. Each member played a crucial role, their skills honed by countless battles. Hours later, the ship approached Vortex once more. The landscape, now familiar, seemed even more foreboding. McAllister steeled himself, knowing the stakes were higher than ever. Entering the atmosphere, Rodriguez announced, her voice calm despite the looming danger. Stealth mode engaged. The ship glided silently through the sky, avoiding detection. They landed in a secluded area near the command center, the towering structure casting long shadows in the dim light. Move out, McAllister ordered. The team disembarked, their movements swift and silent. They navigated the terrain with the guidance of Zathra's intel, avoiding patrols and security measures. As they reached the outskirts of the command center, the ground trembled. Explosions echoed in the distance. Zathra's forces were engaging Xanthian's troops, drawing them away. This is our chance, McAllister said, his voice firm. Rodriguez, can you disable their perimeter defenses? Already on it, she replied, hacking into the security system. We're in. Let's move. They advanced towards the command center, their path cleared of obstacles. Inside, the halls were eerily silent, a stark contrast to the chaos outside. The team moved with purpose, each step bringing them closer to their target. Suddenly, a series of automated defenses activated, turrets emerging from the walls. Take cover! McAllister shouted, diving behind a column. Rodriguez scrambled to disable the turrets, her fingers a blur on the terminal. Just a few more seconds. Bullets and plasma bolts whizzed past, the team returning fire to keep the turrets at bay. Finally, the defenses powered down, and the team regrouped. Nice work, Rodriguez, O'Connor said, breathing heavily. Let's keep moving, McAllister urged. They pressed on, deeper into the stronghold. As they reached the central chamber, the doors slid open to reveal Xanthian himself, flanked by his elite guards. Welcome, humans, Xanthian sneered, his eyes burning with malice. You've come far, but this is where your journey ends. Xanthian's eyes glowed with an intense, otherworldly light as he faced Captain James, Aussie, McAllister and his team. His elite guards, formidable and silent, flanked him, each one a looming threat. Humanity's defiance is futile, Xanthian declared, his voice echoing through the vast chamber. McAllister tightened his grip on his plasma rifle, his eyes never leaving Xanthian. We're not here to negotiate, Xanthian. This ends now. The alien king laughed, a chilling sound that reverberated through the air. Very well, Captain. Let us see if you are as resilient as you claim. McAllister signaled to his team, and they spread out, taking strategic positions around the chamber. The battle commenced with a flurry of laser blasts and plasma bolts. McAllister's team fought with precision and determination, each member playing a critical role in the coordinated assault. Sergeant Liam O'Connor moved with the agility of a seasoned warrior, taking down guards with his expert marksmanship. Corporal Nina Rodriguez, the tech genius, hacked into the stronghold systems, disrupting the enemy's defenses and providing crucial support to her team. McAllister advanced towards Xanthian, his movements calculated and deliberate. The alien king conjured a barrier of energy, deflecting McAllister's shots. You cannot defeat me, human, Xanthian taunted. We'll see about that, McAllister retorted, switching tactics. He fired a concussive blast, shattering the barrier and momentarily stunning Xanthian. Taking advantage of the opening, Private Harris launched a grenade, its explosion disorienting the remaining guards. The team pressed forward, their synchronized attacks overwhelming Xanthian's defenses. Xanthian recovered quickly, his eyes burning with rage. He unleashed a wave of energy, sending McAllister and his team sprawling. "You are persistent," Xanthian sneered. "But persistence alone will not save you." McAllister struggled to his feet, his resolve unwavering. "It's not just persistence," he said, determination etched on his face. "It's the will to protect our home." As the battle raged, McAllister noticed a pattern in Xanthian's attacks. The alien king relied heavily on his energy blasts, which left him momentarily vulnerable. McAllister formulated a plan, coordinating silently with his team through their comms. "Rodriguez, I need a distraction," McAllister ordered. "On it, Cap," Rodriguez replied. She activated a series of holographic decoys, confusing Xanthian and his guards. The alien king's blast scattered, unable to target the real threats. Taking advantage of the chaos, McAllister charged forward, closing the distance between him and Xanthian. He fired his plasma rifle at point-blank range, the intense heat scorching the alien king's armor. Xanthian roared in pain and fury, retaliating with a powerful energy wave. McAllister was thrown back, his armor absorbing most of the impact but leaving him winded. "We've got your back, Cap," O'Connor shouted, launching a barrage of suppressive fire. The rest of the team joined in, their coordinated assault driving Xanthian to the edge of the chamber. McAllister regained his footing, focusing on Xanthian's movements. He spotted the power source embedded in the alien king's armor, a glowing crystal similar to the one they had destroyed earlier. "Go for the crystal!" McAllister yelled. "It's his weakness." The team adjusted their aim, targeting the crystal. Xanthian, realizing his vulnerability, intensified his attacks, but the combined firepower of McAllister's team proved overwhelming. With a final, desperate push, McAllister lunged at Xanthian, his plasma blade slicing through the air. The blade connected with the crystal, shattering it in a brilliant explosion of light and energy. Xanthian staggered, his power draining rapidly. "This cannot be," he gasped, collapsing to the ground. His guards, sensing their leader's defeat, retreated into the shadows, leaving the chamber eerily silent. McAllister stood over the fallen alien king, his chest heaving with exertion. "It's over, Xanthian. Humanity won't fall today." As the alien king's life force ebbed away, he managed a final, cryptic warning. "You may have won this battle, human, but the war is far from over." With Xanthian's death, the energy barrier surrounding the stronghold dissipated. McAllister's team regrouped, their faces a mix of relief and exhaustion. "We did it," Rodriguez said, her voice filled with awe. "We actually did it." McAllister nodded, a rare smile crossing his face. "Great job, team. Let's get back to the ship and report our success." As they made their way back through the stronghold, McAllister couldn't help but reflect on Xanthian's final words. He knew the victory was significant, but it was also a reminder that their fight for humanity's survival was ongoing.